Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 14th to the 20th of October 2019. We start the week with a full moon in Aries, and this is square Pluto. So last week I was talking about how Pluto has been stationary, turning direct, and taking us back to April, which has been a long journey into the bear cave, into the centre of ourselves to find our true core, a real retrospective. And with the full moon, when we look back to the new moon, which was also April, we can see the journey that we've been on. And also, in a way, sometimes I feel that people rush to set intentions on a new moon without being able to see the order of what's coming up. So if we revisit our intentions that we set at the new moon, they look a little naive and a little small for us now. Had we gone down that road, had we achieved them, then we wouldn't actually be that much better off. We'd still be reaching outwards, we'd still be trying to acquire and achieve. And this summer has really been about acquiring and achieving ourselves, really going back to the essence of who we are. So it's really worth looking back over that period, from the new moon in early April to Saturn turning retrograde and then Pluto turning retrograde, and the fact that everything that was going forwards has actually gone inwards, and that's what a retrograde really is. So now we should be stronger, mightier, tapped into our warrior spirit. We should have cleansed the old worries and belittling doubts and be able to radiate from the centre our true worth and become and live our true empowered self. So taking a moment this Sunday at 22:10 UK time to really reflect, which is what a full moon is. It's a reflection of where we've been, what we've learnt, what we can let go of, and to recenter, to amplify from that space. So full moon in Aries, warrior spirit, passion, excitement, and ready to grow now. But this does take some focus. As I say, it's square Pluto. Pluto's direct will really be felt from the middle of November, so we still are required to focus. Now we've been cleansed, now we've been recentered, slowly setting our focus and our sights on our dreams, but making sure that they're sustainable and they're coming from our core, letting go of the old and rising up to the new. So Tuesday's feel is very much rising our thoughts to a higher level as we get ready for another Mercury retrograde. So we're heading into the first phase now, and this is when things will come up for awareness. People will come back from the past, messages will be received. And Mercury will be retrograding in Scorpio, so this is going deep into our psychology. It's going to be a very deep and meaningful one. So I feel this begins by Monday, Tuesday. See what starts to come up, see what it represents, because that may be the journey that we're going on all the way through to December. So once we step back from being in the mainstream of thoughts, we can actually tune our thoughts into higher levels. We often wake up on a collective field if we're not conscious of what we're thinking. But we've got the ability to stand back, to observe, and to raise up our thoughts. This is part of the alchemical work. So much of what we think and therefore believe is requiring an upgrade throughout this Mercury retrograde period that's coming up. So transformation does await, but it's worth, for the first phase, which goes from the 12th of October to the 1st of November, that's the first phase of awareness. It's worth working with that mind, realising that you can tune in higher, see what's around, see what the messages are, see what the situations are, and actually treat that like a workshop in itself, because that will be showing you what's coming up for transformation. On Wednesday, Mercury trine Neptune's an interesting one, because Mercury's being very sharp there in the sign of Scorpio, piercing into the subconscious. And Neptune in Pisces is much more nebulous, much more dreamy. So I feel that we've got the chance to see through illusions. This requires laser vision and a clear mind, and both are going to be available for the honest seeker on Wednesday. So start to pierce through the veil, start to look at illusions, delusions, irrealities, what's shown to us as true, but actually on further inspection turns out to be a fantasy. Carrying on the theme of Mercury, by Thursday we can tune our minds to free speech. Look at how you speak, look at what you say, look at what you believe. We're rising those thought forms up higher. But are you actually able to speak freely in the modern world? Can you say what you're really feeling? Or do you have to filter your words to be accepted by the group? There's a sense of rebellion here, as Mercury opposite Uranus asks us to speak our independent, unique perspective, and yet much of the media would like you grouped into certain lifestyle beliefs, certain ways of talking to be accepted, and we can see this a lot on social media. The vocabulary becomes very similar, everyone talking in the same way, many people talking about the same thing, but a call for an independent mind and free speech starts to come through as part of this Mercury retrograde. By Friday I feel that we get the day off, and Friday is always a good day for celebration, for dance, for creativity, for beauty, and we are still in the month of Libra with Mars in Libra as well. So have a look at what happens when we stop thinking and we're being, something like dancing or painting or playing music. Because the real workshop here is how to use the conscious mind to our advantage, to work with us. So when we're thinking in this stream of consciousness, that's just causing problems and worries. So we can either stop and engage in a creative endeavour, or we can rise up by stepping back from our thoughts and actually choose to tune into more meaningful thought forms. So a bit of a day off there to realise what it's like to not think and to be in the flow. By the weekend we really start to see what this retrograde material will be about, so listen very carefully, tune in, listen into the spaces, open your ears, be aware, not getting caught up in the immediate interaction, but again stepping back and seeing the bigger picture. Mercury will actually turn retrograde on the 1st of November, and that's our timeline there. So the retrograde phase will be the 1st to the 21st of November, and then the awareness level 2 phase will be 21 November to 9 December. So those are the 3 periods: awareness, retrograde, and then new awareness coming in at the end. So many people report to me that they don't like retrogrades, and that's very much what's conveyed across the media and mainstream astrological writings. But this is you teaching you. So gone in voluntarily, gone in with intention. This is actually our chance to improve ourselves. This is the real work that we can do. So there's no waiting until it's finished or feeling like a victim. When's this going to be over? This is horrible. That kind of attitude. This is really you being able to connect with your mind. Turn that sword of sharp laser vision into the subconscious and clear up anything that's outdated, that's not serving you anymore, that's ready to go. So try not to look at this as a negative, but do give it your focus. And when we go willingly, things are a lot easier because we can actually see the bigger picture, we can see the meaning for it. And even with Mercury, there's actually a sense of comedy. So sometimes things can be quite funny. Things happen in a different way, or we suddenly get an insight. And that's liberating and uplifting and very light energy. So very alchemical, because Scorpio is that, raising from the dense to the light, raising from the base to the crown. This is really going to be a big one, and if we choose to focus now and we maintain a sense of philosophical observation, then we should come out of this feeling a lot lighter. So there are many, many benefits. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available one-to-one or online for soul chart readings, and also empowerment coaching, which works on a spiritual, emotional, mental and physical level. As we start to get lighter on all of those levels, you can actually go into the winter feeling liberated and light, fit and healthy. So if you're interested in any of that, then please do contact me, zoehines7@gmail.com. My Facebook is @astrozo, where I post daily, as well as Instagram @zoehines7. These videos, YouTube @zoeastro. There's also a video for each planet, a video for each sign, many tools there where you can start to learn intuitive astrology for yourself. So that's it for this week, and I'll see you next week.